There's a bunch of different social networks out there, and they all serve their own unique and diabolical purposes. Facebook is where you go if you want to see how the coolest girl in your high school's life has completely fallen apart, or like watch your uncle descend into a racist madness. If you want to read some light racism and you also want to see the worst guys on the planet give Elon Musk a down south spit shine, then Twitter is the place for you. Instagram is a very helpful reminder that you're not good enough and you never will be. When your brain is working just a little bit too well and you want to pollute it with some Chinese propaganda, TikTok's the spot. And then there's Snapchat. Snapchat is supposed to be the place you go when you want to send a blurry picture of your face to a girl you went to college with the caption, "You up." It should be the platform you use if you want to get reminded that 6 years ago today, your buddy Chris took a shit on the 8th green of the golf course by your house. You can still do those things on Snapchat, but in recent years, they've kind of introduced some features to the platform that I find really weird, pointless, and kind of creepy, and I want to dive into that. Now, I've been a Snapchat user since like 7th grade. For a while, it was probably my main form of communication. From the age like 13 to 19, I probably used Snapchat more than any other platform, and even more than I texted. And I documented a good part of my formative years on Snapchat memories. But as I got older, I stopped using it as much. If I want to connect with people in the future, I either give them my phone number or my Instagram because I'm 25 years old. I still use Snapchat daily, but I don't do much with it. And to me, Snapchat doesn't really need to do much. Every now and then I just want to pull my nuts over my thigh and send a picture of that to my friends and say, "Oops, I sat in gum." But that's all I really need from Snapchat, honestly. Unfortunately, it's a billion-dollar company, and billion-dollar companies like to crank out garbage. Snapchat appears to think that the best way to maintain their 800 million person user base is by feeding them a heaping pile of dog shit and the worst content that you've ever seen. I'll get into that in just a second, but I did want to touch on some of the creepy data privacy shit that Snapchat's gotten in trouble for in the past. In 2014, in an event called the Snappening, 200,000 pictures were leaked, over 100,000 of which were pictures of children not wearing clothes. In 2019, a bunch of Snapchat employees were caught using personal data to spy on users. The government of the United Kingdom has condemned Snapchat for showing all kinds of nasty stuff like stabbings, essays, and the sale of weapons and drugs online. People have used the location tracking feature on Snapchat to stalk their victims. Again, I'm not going to get into all the legal and ethical mumbo jumbo that comes with talking about data privacy for social media companies. I mostly just want to talk about how fucking weird Snapchat is now with their clickbaity discover pages and how much they're paying influencers to post literally nonsense, and then their odd and creepy AI shit that nobody asked for. My biggest gripe with Snapchat is the discover page. I truly do not use it ever, but every time I swipe over to see my friends' stories, I see it right under there. The Snapchat discover page is like if BuzzFeed and TikTok banged and they had a baby that grew up to be a stripper. It's full of these news aggregator accounts that post nothing but clickbait tabloid gossip. It's a great place to go if you want to get informative breaking news like, "This isn't slime. Sabrina Carpenter reveals new bod. Kim Kardashian's new bod looks unreal. Finster opens up about identity. Tate shows off her insane new body. Pokimane shows off her insane new body. Valkyrie reveals insane new body. Sniper Wolf flaunts her insane new body. Madeline Klein's bod looks unreal. Millie debuts new bod." And Canadians who are motivated by obsession. If you click on any of these, you get a 20-story long mess of bullshit that was vaguely related to the headline that was posted with it. None of them are important whatsoever. They exist exclusively to generate ad revenue for whoever owns the account. Except the one about how Canadians are motivated by obsession. That one is a stark reminder that those maple-munching moose mounters will do anything to get ahead. The aggregators aren't the only people polluting Snapchat with digital pig slop, though. Snapchat pays a ton of money to feed us dirty little piggies our dirty little piggy slop. Creators like David Dobrik and Hannah Stocking, who are massive on other platforms, have kind of migrated to Snapchat now because it's insanely lucrative. Hannah Stocking reported making $30,000 in a 72-hour period on Snapchat. What are they posting on there? The same thing the guy you bought weed from in high school is posting on there. It's 4-minute long stories with 60 pictures of shit that you do not care about and would probably un-add somebody for. But they're hot and famous, so they get paid a ton of money to do it. If you're going to complain about an influencer, David Dobrik is probably the worst offender for whatever you're complaining about, and Snapchat is no different. Since Old Davy's picked up a couple lawsuits for little oopsies like sexual harassment and almost killing your friends by throwing them into the side of a crane, he's been pretty quiet on YouTube and he's migrated mostly to Snapchat. Every single day, he posts 400 stories of nonsense. A couple days ago, it was this. Mostly just Corinna Kopp playing putt-putt. Look how long it takes me to get through this. How is he getting paid thousands of dollars for this? If your friend from high school put a story this long on their Snapchat, you would probably unadd them and maybe call the police. Yesterday it was more Corinna Kopp playing putt-putt. I counted like 86 snaps. If you post an 86 story long Snapchat story, you should probably get the electric chair. But, you know, David Dobrik can do it. I don't know what my problem with this kind of stuff is. I guess like philosophically, I just think this kind of digital garbage is terrible for you. And I think it's kind of just representative of like late stage capitalism, consume kind of mentality. Holy shit, David, put the fucking phone down. I genuinely have no problem with creators making money. I like making money with content that I create. I just think it's super strange, and it kind of sucks that people are putting in almost no effort and getting paid thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars by Snapchat. Whatever, it's not the weirdest thing imaginable. I guess deep down, the real issue is that I'm a hater. Now, this kind of content is clearly not for me, and I understand that, but I've had my Snapchat account for over 10 years, and they do seem to have a pretty good handle on what I like. They promote mostly female celebrities and fitness shit and some recipes and stuff. Warnings about ruthless Canadians, which I do appreciate. But I just really wanted to see what a fresh algorithm would look like. You know, for somebody who is not as old as I am, who hasn't had Snapchat for this long, somebody who's young and just signed up for the first time, what does Snapchat show them? So I made a new Snapchat account for an 18-year-old. Snapchat doesn't really require much to make a new account. You don't have to give them your gender. You don't have to give them your real name. You just have to give them your email and a birthday that they don't check. Immediately, I noticed that Snapchat was promoting this new 18-year-old, a bunch of the same like female-based celebrity stuff. Got some Sophie Rain in a bikini, a lot of the same clickbait. That's not unusual. Sex sells. I get it. I'm an adult. At least this account is also an adult. Somebody who's 18 who can legally consent to seeing stuff like this. The Snapchat Spotlight section, which is basically if you scroll to the right of the stories, you hit Snapchat's TikTok, Instagram, Reels ripoff. It's basically the same thing as those platforms, but way more stupid and brain rotty. I noticed on this 18-year-old account that it was immediately showing me stupid sexual brain rot stuff. Like this hilarious video.
Can you give me head?
Right here? I have these as well.
I said where I can find some bread.
Oh, it's in the other aisle.
Thanks.
Nice. And this poor woman who wore her white shirt into the pool and didn't want to get out because it was going to be so cold.
Stop.
What? I'm cold. I'm trying to get out of the pool.
No, you cannot.
Why? It's literally freezing out here now.
You are stuck in there forever. No. This is your decision.
This one was sad. It almost brought me to tears. And I just couldn't help but think, like, why is the guy holding the camera not just getting this poor woman a towel? She's freezing, and she's probably going to be... Oh, I get it. It was implying a wet t-shirt. That's nice. Also, I started to see these weird cartoons that were, like, implied to be naked. Like, they were just cartoons doing these weird TikTok dances, and somebody had taken, like, the marker tool and drawn over them in a way that implied that they were naked. It was really odd, and it made me quite uncomfortable. But hey, I don't have this massive puritanical sexual vendetta against adult content being shown to adults. If you're an adult and you're 18, you should be able to choose whatever you want to watch, whenever you want to watch, with no restrictions. I just had this feeling that Snapchat was going to be even weirder for younger kids, so I went ahead and made another account that was for a 13-year-old, which is the youngest you can be and still make a new Snapchat account. At first glance, I noticed there wasn't as much clickbait female celebrity stuff, which is how it should be for a 13-year-old. I was able to scroll down and find a Bella Danger, which is a bit odd, but I was familiar with nice ladies who were working in the same field as Miss Danger when I was 13, so, you know, whatever, I guess. When I went to Spotlight on the 13-year-old account, though, it was pretty strange. There was a ton of those weird, like, naked cartoon TikTok dances, and it was like every third or fourth scroll for like a minute or two that I stayed on there. It made me genuinely uncomfy to see all this stuff, and I thought at any moment the police were going to barge in my front door and arrest me. It's not like it's illegal or anything, but after I explained to them that I was trying to see what Snapchat was promoting to kids, and I showed them those weird cartoons, they'd probably have the same reaction as me. Why is this so weird? Why is Snapchat promoting this to kids? Oh, Sabrina got a new body. Oh my God. Another Canuck motivated by obsession, huh? Fucking Canadians. Now, the clickbait shit sucks, but it's not the only thing about Snapchat that I find strange and useless. Their AI is also awful. A little while back, Snapchat introduced this My AI bot that nobody asked for. And it just kind of sits above your stories and watches you like a purple freaky pervert. It's just like every other bad AI. You can get it to say some pretty weird stuff. Some guy on Reddit r/artificial got it to come up with this fiction about a dystopian world where AI takes over and punishes any dissent. It took some convincing, but I eventually got my AI to say that it wanted to join my group that hangs out in the desert called ISIS. There's nothing inherently wrong with it. I just think it's annoying and stupid, and I don't appreciate how many companies are trying to shove this AI junk down our throats without us asking. Snapchat's like your mom, and she's forcing you to hang out with the freaky purple neighbor kid who just kind of sits in the corner and occasionally says he wants to join a terrorist group. The other new AI that Snapchat launched, and by far the dumbest part of the app to me, is Snapchat Dreams. It's great if you want to see an uncanny version of yourself, as Jesus dressed in an IKEA curtain, as the Twinkie son of a 19th century oil tycoon, as the lead singer of a band that your mom was a groupie for, as a long-necked freak mutant human on a shopping spree at the mall. I don't remember turning them on. I don't send them to friends. I just kind of go on the app and occasionally see them in my memories tab and then forget to turn them off. If that's what Snapchat was going for, then it was a 10 out of 10 and they knocked it out of the park. I don't know what my overall point for this is. I guess the crux of this video is that Snapchat just kind of sucks. In my opinion, Snapchat just needs to get back to its roots because its roots are a beautiful place. A place where you can take a picture of a massive, massive, massive dump and send it to your friends. A place where people could accidentally put their dick pic on their public story. A place where you could put a dog filter on your dog and send it to somebody so that they could click through it in under a second and never think about it again. But now Snapchat is just a garbage bin of all their bad ideas filled with underage softcore and pointless clickbait and creepy AI. If there's one good thing that the new features of Snapchat do provide, it's that they keep you on your toes about the very real and very terrifying dangers of obsessive Canadians.